All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel tonight. It's Sunday night, March the 8th. The Ides of March are closing in. March 15th, Ides of March. Et tu, Brute, for all of you Roman scholars, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And that is something that we're seeing play out right now. Brutus was Caesar's friend. Make sure you let me know how the audio is there in the chat. Brutus was Caesar's friend until he stabbed him in the back. And I believe what we're seeing right now across the political complex is political backstabbing. And there are certain people that will take a tiny molecule of a word or a phrase or a sentence. They will grab 3 or 4 words from one sentence and they will move it over to a couple of others and they will run with it. You and I know exactly what I'm talking about here. I know you know what I'm talking about, because I myself have said something out of turn or called Tammy Tommy or Jim Jill, or I've misspoken about which president did this because my brain is not processing things. And man, the grifter class will jump on this. But when the grifter class steps out of line, you're not allowed to say anything. Or at least I'm not allowed to say anything. I got to get that mic cord out of the way there. But James Woods, an actor, James Woods, very conservative, pro-America. Et tu, Brute. You didn't think the old redneck was going to pull out some Roman history on you tonight, did you? But James Woods has stepped out. And whenever I say stepped out, he has stepped out of the shadow of the Republican Party. And I think what he has done is amazing, because he's got the ear of a lot of people. And what he has done, I agree with on multiple levels, because we have to do what we need to do. We have to hold each other accountable. We have to hold, more importantly, the people that work for us accountable. And he's doing that. And I want to show you here exactly what he is doing, or what he has done. But he's called out the Republican Party. Let's make that larger so you can see that. Thank you. I've got bad eyes too. Helps me as much as it does you. James Woods on March the 6th declared that he's done with the Republican Party, frustrated by the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune. I think what triggered James Woods from doing this was when Nancy Mace was walking down the hallway there with Mike Lindell's reporter. I forget her name. Brianna Morello. No, that's not it. That's the wrong. I can't remember her name. Somebody in the chat will know. But she said, "What are you doing?" And Nancy Mace is frustrated that they couldn't even subpoena Ilhan Omar's marriage records, birth records, brother records, whatever you want to call it. And he said, I'm done with this. If we can't even get Republicans to do this, something's bad wrong. But what has happened here is Alex Jones has now ran with this. Alex Jones has ran a totally different direction with this, saying that James Woods is turning on MAGA, turning on President Trump. And that's not what James Woods has done. And James Woods even calls out Alex, saying the way you're stating this is misleading. He says, I don't even know, or he says, I don't agree with Nick Fuentes about anything. I've never talked with Nick Fuentes, nor did I know who he was until You stated, I agree with him. So Alex runs with James Woods as now Nick Fuentes 2.0. James Woods says, I don't even know who the hell this kid is with the weird mustache. And I think it's so good because I'll play a little bit of this Alex clip, but Alex Jones is putting words in his mouth that are not there to run with his own narrative. And you and I both know exactly how this works. You know how it works. I know how it works. That's just the way it is, because the clicks are amazing. And that's what drives them, is the clicks. Let me move this chat up there so we can see a little more of I like seeing the chat. Okay, I like seeing the chat. I like seeing the trolls freak out. I want to play a little bit of this clip of Alex Jones, and Alex got community noted because of this. And I want to ask a question in the chat. I've got a poll going on right now. Did Tucker Carlson go too far? I'm also going to go into that because I think Tucker Carlson has gotten over his skis. Alex can badmouth me till he's blue in the face. Listen to I think he needs a cough drop. It makes me want a cough drop.
So James Woods has come out and said, I'm done with the Republican Party. Between the party with the Democrats protecting all these sexual abusers on Capitol Hill and Thune's refusal to pass the SAVE Act, I'm done with these uniparty traitors. I'm changing my party affiliation to independent. No wonder President Trump is fighting an uphill battle every day. Well, that's what Nick Fuentes is saying, is that he won't vote Republican because that'll teach the Republican establishment. No, they actually want to lose, the Thunes and the Mike Johnsons.
I have underwear older than Nick Fuentes. If I ever come on camera and say, hey, what did Nick Fuentes do? I'm going to whatever. If Nick Fuentes, if you're in the chat, come on in, man. I would love to have you join into the chat. I'll send you an invite.
We need to vote for each candidate that's good, know who they are, run the good people, back the good people, and hold the Republicans' feet to the fire. We know the Democrats are the pedophile World War III New World Order party. Trump, you're not going to.
I want to send Alex a box of cough drops and as many supplements and vitamins as this guy sells and seeds. Somebody get the guy a cough drop, period.
Vote for Trump again. Trump's going sideways. We'll support the good stuff as people do, fight the bad stuff. And we're obsessing on Trump right now because the war and all of it. But just overall, here's what James Woods said. I'm done with the Republican Party between this and Thune's refusal to pass the SAVE Act. I'm done with these uniparty traitors. I'm changing my party affiliation to independent. No wonder President Trump is fighting an uphill battle. Trump is fighting so many people on so many fronts that it's crazy. The platform for Trump. I'm proud we got him in. He exposed the deep state in the whole process, got so much good done. The carbon tax killed all of it. I'm not going to list it all again. But killing the SAVE Act to have voter ID is totally constitutional. 90+% Republicans want it. But almost 80% Democrats. But they don't care. And to have the vast majority of Republicans and Democrats vote to not release who Congress made sexual harassments and sexual assault settlements to. And remember, this got passed by Bill Clinton in 95. So this is so sick. And it just shows how it's a big evil club protecting itself. It's got the wagon circled against us.
Let me ask you this. I love that map behind Alex. I need to get a map like that. But I don't care about all the other countries. My map would just be America. My map would just be the United States. Let me ask you this. Do you think there is really any difference in the way that the news media protects itself and the way that the grifter class protects itself? Do you really think there's much difference there? Is there any even like room for error for how they operate? Because, and I'll show you here, Alex is now pushing the Epstein files into Trump's lane. I'm not even going to go into that. He's Nick Fuentes. Like, anybody cares what Nick Fuentes' opinion is. I can't do that. But I love the way James Woods goes right to the problem. And he says he says misleading. I interpret that as lying. And the comments are pretty solid. You need this in the future. Nick Fuentes apology form. To Nick, I was coping and seething, judged him purely from what other people said. Don't know politics. I believe in 5D chess. I was being too harsh. I really didn't want him to be right. Here's a post from Nick Fuentes, May 8th of last year. Look what team he's on. I can't do that. I can't get down that rabbit hole. Now, the other rabbit hole, and I always like to confirm what I'm showing in the thumbnail, there's a lot of channels that just give Alex a cough drop. You know what I always do whenever I'm doing my live stream? I got a cough drop in my pocket. I always keep a cough drop. And I'm drinking hot tea in a grenade cup. So there you go. Right? Give Nick Fuentes, call in. I would love to talk to Nick Fuentes or Alex Jones. I've met Alex once. Seemed like a good dude. But I think he changed after, what was the name of the school? It's not Columbine. It's another school that had all the problems. It's not Columbine. My mind is rattled. I took a nap this afternoon, so I'm a little out of it. How many veterans do we have in the chat? How many military veterans do we have in the chat? If you're a veteran in the chat, how was the audio in the clip? I'm trying to make sure I get that. Jake is also a grifter. Oh, the Jake Lang. Some people love Jake Lang. I have to be careful about what I say here, right? I don't want to upset anybody. J-Rod, can't wait for the call-in time. Thank you for the super chat, breaking the seal. Appreciate you. If there's a veteran in the chat, I want to ask you, how many of the veterans in the chat served in combat? Served in war. Charlie, there we go. How many of you served in combat? I'm going somewhere with this, and I want to bring you along for the ride. How many veterans served in combat? Vets, did you serve in combat? And not only the veterans, family members. If you have a family member that served in combat, type yes, or you can vote in the poll. If you had a family member serve in combat, if you served in combat, if you served during a conflict, there's a lot of people. I sent this to a friend of mine, and I played it this morning, and I'm going to play it again. This bothers me with what Tucker Carlson said. And if you're a veteran, Tamara, this question is dedicated to Tamara or any other veteran. Did any of your veteran family members do what Tucker Carlson is accusing them of doing right here?
Unconditional surrender means foreign troops get to rape your wife and daughter if they want.
Right.
And everyone knows that. And that has been, if there's one consistent lesson of history, it means unconditional surrender means foreign troops get to rape your wife and daughter.
I don't know about that. I did a little time overseas. I did 6 months in Iraq along that Iraqi border. That's not AI. That is not AI. That is from Tucker Carlson's interview with the guy from Breaking Points. And I can't even pronounce his name. That is not AI. You can say it's AI if you want to make yourself feel comfortable. Go for it. If that's what you need, if you need some copium to help you deal with that, you go right ahead. But that is real. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's pretty sick. That is very disgusting as someone that works daily with veterans that come into my office needing help with VA claims. I've got Agent Orange vets. I have never thought in my life that these men and women would go into combat, and after we liberate a place, that's the answer. Okay? I think it's disgusting. I am really surprised that he would say something like this. And I don't know when he flipped. I don't know when, love your jacket. I got a little cold this afternoon. I left all the windows open is what I did. It got up into the 60s here. I got a little chilly. So I put on my, I think my wife bought me this. It's like got the little fur here. I could talk about this jacket all night. I don't want to bore you with it. I don't want to bore you with the jacket. But I believe what Tucker Carlson has done has really damaged his reputation. And I believe what Alex Jones has done has damaged his reputation. I believe what some of these other shows have done has damaged their reputation. And you can go watch the full interview if you have an hour and 16 minutes of your life that you want to hear. I'll summarize the whole video. Trump bad, America bad, liberals good. I'll summarize it all for you. Ben, were you thinking about? Oh, Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook. I could not think of the name of the darn school. Yeah, I got a Smokey Bear t-shirt on. Yeah, Smokey Bear. But I believe what we're seeing across multiple platforms, whether it is YouTube, whether it's X, God forbid you're on Blue Sky. I was on there for about 4 minutes and I got banned. About 4 minutes I got banned. But I'm glad to see someone from Hollywood like James Woods, Memphis conservative. I will get your stuff in the mail today, brother. Thank you so much. Brother from another mother, Memphis conservative. I'm coming to Memphis for some dang barbecue too. We'll make a video together and eat some damn barbecue. I love seeing James Woods put the record straight. And I believe too often we don't have real representation in Hollywood. There is no real conservative representation in Hollywood. James Woods is one of them. So we've got to take care of the ones we got. And James Woods is a good one. And you probably need to go watch some James Woods movies. Ben, make the Eagle scream. Y'all like the eagle hat, don't you? I know, it's pretty good. It's a good hat. I can't wear it in church. Actually, I don't wear a hat in church. But I would just want to like scream instead of yelling. Oh, y'all want to hear a church story today? You want to hear a church story? If you want to hear a church story, because we left this morning live stream, I went directly to church. Mel Gibson, James Woods, they've been ostracized. Kevin Sorbo, ostracized. Tim Allen. I like Tim Allen. Reformed drug dealer. Actually went to prison. He was a cocaine booger sugar trafficker. But I like that James Woods addresses Alex Jones to his face. CNN did a great report about this incident. What is this? Let's see here. David Harris. This was the plane thing. Yeah. They got rid of the people on the plane. What is this? Your fatigue video of the day. We'll get to that. I love the fatigue. You want to hear a story about church today? My preacher, I had never asked him about, well, I haven't asked him about this in a while, but I didn't have to prompt him. You know what book of the Bible he was preaching out of today? I'll give you one guess of what book of the Bible my preacher was preaching out of today. Revelations, chapter 5. When he said, and they have a big display up in the background so they can put up the display behind him so that they can put up the scripture. So for some people don't have time to find chapter and verse to follow along, so they put it up. And he said, turn to Revelations chapter 5. I was like, what? Because we've been talking about that here. We have been talking about that here. And everybody talks about we're in the end times. He was talking about that. He was talking about the end times, the misrepresentation, the people that are coming. I wish I would have written it down. I could go back and watch it because it's on the live stream. They do it on Facebook. You can watch where I go to church. It's a great church. Pastor Steve is his name. But he was talking about how Paul was, or not Paul, John was writing about how people were fake and frauds and people coming forward about frauds. And it was interesting, the similarity. And do you know what he thinks? John the Apostle. Sorry, I said Paul. I was thinking of something else. But our preacher brought up the fact that what we're seeing that is dividing our nation, dividing churches, dividing families, political divide, ideology divide. I'm going to put the word on the screen, and I want you to answer this. Because this is what he alluded to. And it made so much sense. Are we being divided by pride? Are we being divided by popularity? Is it a popularity contest? And I'm going to tell you right now, it resonated with a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing. Now, I know YouTube, social media, the news, all these things is a microcosm, is a petri dish. But he brought up the whole thing about how we're being divided by pride, how this person is more popular than that person. This person's more popular than that. This one's more popular than that. And let me see if I can find this. It really resonated with me, man. Let me see here. I don't know if I wish I would have written it down. I do. I keep some little notes. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, the pride of life. He actually said that very statement. He said that very statement. And it really resonated with me. And I believe we're seeing that in social media. We're seeing it in the news. We're seeing it on multiple levels. And I'm sure I've had it. I'm sure you have. I know you all could, or you all have. It's weird. And, pride goes into multiple avenues, multiple methods. And I don't think pride is like, hey, I really like your jacket. I really like your hat. I don't think that's it. I think it is, you have this. You're obviously a bad person because you got that. Some people get stuff because they work hard. Some people get stuff because they're opportunist. Some people get stuff because of crime. Somebody said political idolatry. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that do move that way. I like your jacket, like your hat. I would probably fall underneath envy. Truth seeker. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't even know the name of the hat or the shirt or the jacket. I don't know. The hat, I don't even know. I have no idea. But there's a lot of pride going on, and some people will latch onto it. I'll say Candace Owens, opportunist. I'll say Marjorie Taylor Greene, opportunist. I will say, if it benefits them, opportunist. Humility is much more important than pride. I think those go hand in hand. I could see humility going hand in hand. The other thing that comes with this, misinformation. Misinformation. I don't know what herringbone pattern is. I have no idea. Ryan Pennington, impress an audience of one. Thank you. Look at this. Breaking news. Iranian officials have officially confirmed that a U.S. air operation in Tehran failed and 173 American soldiers and officers from the United States military's elite unit known as Delta Force were captured. This is fake. The second picture has the Gemini watermark on the bottom showing it's fake. Account is a free account, evidenced by Google. The account is from Pakistan, labeled as motivational speaker, not reporter. Somebody said not many preachers touch a book of Revelation. I went over to my preacher and gave him a hug after church. You can ask my wife. And I said to him, I got a family member that would never let the congregation know when he was going to preach from the book of Revelation because people wouldn't show up to church. A lot of people get uncomfortable when you talk about that. Read the last verse in the book of Revelation. Last verse. But this is all AI generated garbage. These people, Tayabi, whatever, Yusamani, this is who this is. They put a pretty picture on there. AI generated, based in the United Arab Emirates, posting garbage like this. Remember this Marine guy? Iran releases photos of children. This is all information. Look at this one. Look at this one. Breaking news. Iran has shot down a B-2 bomber and kidnapped the entire crew. AI. This is Tokyo Rose. Tokyo Rose. This is Hanoi Hilton, or what was her name? Hanoi, no, it was Tokyo Rose. I forget, Hanoi Jane. Hanoi Jane. Hold on. Ben, why can't you admit that you and Lindsey Graham are on the same side in this war? Jason Shannon. I want to grab Jason's comment. Let's see here. Where is Jason Shannon's comment? I want to grab that. That's a good comment. Jason Shannon, why can't you admit that you and Lindsey Graham are on the same side in this war? Jason, I will tell you this. I don't care who's on my side. I want Americans to win. I want American soldiers to succeed. And I want Donald Trump to be successful, because when he's successful, the United States is successful. So whoever's on my side, I really don't care right now. You want me to choose not supporting America over Lindsey Graham thinking the same way I do? Because that's pretty stupid. And Jason, I think you might be stupid. Jason, feel free to post your branch of service and when you served in the military, because I don't want any American soldier, and I would never want any American soldier to not be successful just because Lindsey Graham supports them. But Jason Shannon, I think you may very well be a candidate for a flush tonight. You very well could be a candidate for a flush. How many of you in the chat would turn on the American soldier, the American people, because Lindsey Graham wants them to succeed too? Jason, you're a weirdo, man. What a weird comment. Oh, we're not successful. Have you seen the job numbers? What, you mean getting rid of federal employees? You mean lowering the amount of people that are working for the federal government? I'm for that. I am very much for lowering that. But the misinformation, let me ask you this. What is different in this misinformation from this obvious troll account? And wait, Jen, Ben unsolicitedly, you can't even spell right, advertises his time as a sailor. Why can't I show my pride? Because the rainbow flag has nothing to do. Well, actually, I don't believe anyone in here cares what you do with your butthole. I don't want to know what you do with your butthole. And what you do with your butthole has never helped one American be more successful. Your butthole has never helped me pay any bills, never helped me pay my taxes. So yins, yeah, I don't, why I can't show my pride? The rainbow was for Noah, not you. And rainbow was for God's people, not to show what your butthole did. There's no difference in this sort of propaganda, lying propaganda, than there is with Tucker Carlson saying that American soldiers are going to do bad things to women and girls. There's no difference. Eunice, this chat is men and women only. I don't know of any other genders. I don't know of any other genders. You try to explain to me another gender, and I'm going to call you crazy. There are way more things important than what you think you identify as. I identify as a billionaire, but when I go to the bank, they're like, hey, do you want that in ones? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it in ones, because that's all I can do. I mean, that's the way I am. Let's go here. Let's go here. It's official. Tell me how many hours this guy will last in the chat. How many hours? 24, 48, 72, 6, 8. The Iranian state media, good source of information there. And, oh, they love the rainbow people. Iranian state media confirms Durka Khamenei, the son of Durka Khamenei, is now the supreme leader of Iran. Any bets on how long his reign will last before the U.S. takes him out? 24, 48, 72. Let's see what they say. Oh, cool. Glad I don't understand that, so I'm not interested. I'm glad I don't understand that. Flush. I think we need to flush that guy. There we go. A little flushing action tonight. Love it. We're starting to just see more and more of the grifting class show who they are. But I'll say this, the grifting class is dangerous. A very big X account blocked me because all I see them doing is complaining how they don't get any impressions. And they were like, I posted this 5 hours ago and I only got 90 impressions. I'm like, who cares? And they blocked me. You want to know who it is? Go into the Discord, join the channel as a member, get in the Discord. I'll share that there. I don't want to share it publicly here. They'll probably come after me. They'll probably out me or something. I don't know what the hell they might do. The audio's not good. Vita view. Well, yeah, it is because I'm listening to it over here. Turn up your hearing aids or get some new batteries. That's all I got to say. This is happening today. New York City, I believe this happened this afternoon, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Bomb squad, New York City, actively investigating a device on 82nd Street, 6 blocks from the mayor's official residence. Those are his people. Those are the mayor's people. Somebody said, oh, that's a good comment right there. God bless America. Why is it so important to gays that the public know what they do in private? No idea. None. Charlie gave away some memberships. Thank you. June is Veterans Month, not Pride Month. Yep. Happy Sunday from Goddess of You Guess. Mr. Ben, thanks again for what you did for me today. I really appreciate it. It was truly a blessing. Memphis Conservative. Good evening, chat and family, the best chat group on the net. Thank you. Deer Hunter, 9861. New YouTube member. Thank you. Mum Donnie did this. Mum Donnie did this. These are his people. These are his people. Prove me wrong. Let's go over, let's fast forward a little bit. I've got something else. Oh, there's James Woods. I love that guy now. I like him more now. MAGA super fan, James Woods, leaving the Republican Party. Yep, good. Here we go. Pete Hegseth is doing an interview tonight with CBS, I believe, 60 Minutes. Listen to this. I used to work for this guy. Great dude. I texted him after I saw this, and I said, Bravo Zulu. If you're a Navy veteran, you know what that means.
I'm in the room every day, and I see how President Trump operates and what he's putting first, and it's America, Americans, and American interests.
It has been said that the Israelis, through Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, provided on February 23rd key information about intelligence they had developed about the likely whereabouts of Ali Khamenei and many in his inner circle. That the U.S. then checked it out through the CIA, confirmed that, and that was an opportunity that presented itself to the president. And that was the precipitating factor for this war. That's the way it's been reported. Is that accurate, Mr. Secretary?
President Trump's approach has been our interest in advancing those interests from the beginning. And so the fact that intelligence was gathered, whether from Israelis or ours, and always checked by our intel agencies to make sure it's accurate. A lot of times the best way to start operations is a trigger-based or condition-based moment. And you can work together on whether that makes sense. But we were always controlling the throttle about whether or not to go or not go, and ultimately to advance American interests and protect American lives.
Now do you understand why they wanted to get rid of him? Now do you understand why Pete Hegseth was or is a threat to Democrats? Because Pete Hegseth wants quick, fast, in a hurry wars. Get them in, get them out, get them home. Democrats need war. Rhinos need war. Do you know what they need war for? Little song by Pink Floyd, money. It's all about the Benjamins. It is all, I'm getting warm now. It's all about the Benjamins. That is why they needed to get, he was the first cabinet member that they went after. The other thing that Pete Hegseth did, he got rid of all of the gear shifters. He got rid of all the gear shifters. You know what? I just can't deal. It's Sunday night. I don't know if I could, you know what? I'm going to leave the trolls. I'm leaving all trolls. Leaving all trolls. Because I believe the trolls show, they reinforce, they reiterate exactly what we think of the Democrat Party and of them. They reinforce this. They really just prove my point over and over and over again. And if you need to show what your butthole does with a flag, you don't have much other stuff going on in your life. I'm really trying not to swear because I found out there's some people at my church that watch my channel. Gosh.
There was a very long war between Iran and Iraq, almost 8 years, and they never surrendered in that war. And I'm just wondering if that factors into your calculus of the president's calculus.
I mean, there was a really long fight that I was a part of, and my generation was a part of.
I know that's
in Iraq and Afghanistan, where a lot of foolish approaches were used. This is war. This is conflict. This is bringing your enemy to their knees. Now, whether they will have a ceremony in Tehran Square and surrender, that's up to them.
There was a very long war between Iran.
I love that. We've got a guy that served in the GWAT, Global War on Terror. Served in the GWAT. Yeah, the B-2 bomber photo, that was that is, I don't know of any other Joint Chiefs that have really served like that. Right? Somebody said, man, I really wish I would have saw Operation Let Them Speak, I think is what it was. Operation Let Them Speak. Because I believe the more that you let some of these trolls speak, the more that they show you exactly why we are winning. We are winning. They are losing.
They've used a conventional umbrella of missiles that was growing every single day, their production capacity, to try to cover over their nuclear blackmail ambitions. As far as how you get at that nuclear option, we'll make sure that their nuclear ambitions are never achieved.
Will we take it out ourselves?
Oh, I would never tell you or anybody else what our options are. See, that's another thing.
That right there got me. That one got me. And I've said this, and I'll say it again and again and again and again. The grifter class hates Pete Hegseth. They hate Donald Trump. They hate the current administration because I'm going to show you. Charlie nailed the comment. Charlie, type that again so I can grab it. Your last comment was fire. OPSEC is real. Charlie, submarine veteran, OPSEC is real. They don't know what Trump is doing. They don't know what Pete Hegseth is doing. They don't know what the military is doing. And Pete Hegseth, Charlie, I'm leaving that comment up for a while because this is why the grifter class is pissed. It's why, and I'll say the names. It's why Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Candace Owens. I would say, hell, even Benny Johnson on certain things are upset, and they bring in all these politicians to interview because it's the only way that they can get any information. Does it make sense to you now why some of them try to interview all these politicians so they can get little tidbits and nuggets? Charlie, you're a bubblehead. You know exactly how many people that know nothing about submarines. And they're like, whoa, I didn't know that. And they're not going to find it out from me either. Listen to this again.
Option, we'll make sure that their nuclear ambitions are never achieved.
Will we take it out ourselves?
Well, I would never tell you or anybody else what our options are. See, that's another thing. People keep asking.
It's a legitimate question.
It's a very fair question. People ask boots on the ground, no boots on the ground, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, go in. President Trump knows, I know, you don't tell the enemy, you don't tell the press, you don't tell anybody what your limits would be on an operation. We're willing to go as far as we need to in order to be successful.
Wow. Charlie, you were a submarine guy. We always thought we knew how long we were going to go out to sea. Operational commitment changes everything. And there's a plan, and then you do what you got to do. The media cannot stand that there are no leaks. Joe, you nailed it. And the Eagles flying high, baby. I was listening to the Charlie Daniels song the other day. The Eagles been flying slow and the flag's been flying low, but not anymore. Not anymore. Somebody says, I say it submariner. Well, reading that, I'm going to say submariner, just to be a contrarian. But I love that Pete Hegseth calls out the media by throwing shade at them. I met Charlie Daniels. Charlie Daniels is a hell of a guy. I know Charlie Daniels is what used to be his personal assistant. Great guy. He helped me out I helped him out with a veteran. Maybe he helped me more than I helped him.
I'm in the room every day and I see how President Trump operates and what he's putting first, and it's America, Americans, and American interests.
Ooh,
it has been said that the Israelis, through Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, provided on February 23rd key information about intelligence they had developed about the likely whereabouts of Ali Khamenei and many in his inner circle. That the U.S. then checked it out through the CIA, confirmed that, and that was an opportunity that presented itself to the president. And that was the precipitating factor for this war. That's the way it's been reported. Is that accurate, Mr. Secretary?
President Trump's approach has been our interest in advancing those interests from the beginning. And so the fact that intelligence was gathered, whether from Israelis or ours, and always checked by our intel agencies to make sure it's accurate. A lot of times the best way to start operations is a trigger-based or condition-based moment. And you can work together on whether that makes sense. But we were always controlling the throttle about whether or not to go or not go, and ultimately to advance American interests and protect American lives.
I love that. I love how he says that he's in the room with Trump and the media is not. Let's do this. A little poll in the chat. Should the news media or the public know about military operations? I spelled military operations wrong. Sorry. I don't think the media has a right to know. I don't believe that YouTubers should know. I don't believe that. I don't believe anybody should know. Never.
I'm in the room.
Loose lips sink ships. And that's exactly the way it should be. Look at this little clip here. This is another one. This is good. Man, I love this. The news media is hating the current administration.
The president said recently there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. What does that look like? Unconditional surrender? How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where
no other president, no other secretary of defense, no other War Department, Secretary of War, no other time in the United States military's history, except going all the way back to World War II, did a Secretary of War just say that. Listen to what he says.
The president said recently there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like? Unconditional surrender? How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win.
That right there deserves
a boom shakalaka.
We are fighting to win. We're not fighting for investors. We're not fighting for Lockheed Martin. We're not fighting for Northrop Grumman. We're not fighting for whatever. We are fighting to win. And that scares the hell out of the Democrat Party because Trump fights to win.
How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that. Whether they know it or not, they will be combat ineffective. They will surrender.
Typically, the understanding of a surrender is person to person. Is that what would be required in a matter like this?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. Whether they want to admit it or not, whether their pride lets them say it out loud or not, it's President Trump who will set the terms of that.
You have got to be proud of that guy. I am so glad I worked for that guy. Damn. Sorry, I cussed. We're fighting to win. Look at the poll in the chat. Should the news media or the public know about military operations? 5% of you think you're entitled to know what the military's doing. I'll just say it. You're retarded. 5% of you don't need to know shit. And sorry I cussed. But I'm telling you right now, the United States news media, the general public doesn't have a right to anything. Because if you know what's happening with military operations, you're putting American men and women in danger. You want to hear a submarine story? Let me see if I can pull this image up here. Hood Canal Bridge. Let me go here. Hood Canal Bridge with a submarine going through it. Let me see if I can find that. Hood Canal Bridge submarine. Let's see. Let's find a good little pic. Oh, here we go, right here. Let's open this. Wait, let me see if I can make that image larger. I doubt I can. I'm not that talented with this stuff. Let's go. Hood Canal Submarine Bridge, Bangor Base. This is a great story that drives this all home. This ties the room together. This ties the entire room together. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in on this. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Whoa, that looks like one of my old boats. That looks like could be the Seawolf, could be the Carter, could be the Connecticut. Okay. This bridge is called Hood Canal Bridge. Can you see that? Can you see the Hood Canal Bridge? Okay. We were going out to sea. We went out, or actually we were returning from sea. We finished our patrol, finished our deployment. We were pulling back in. We had been out for 70, I don't remember, 80 days, something like that, 83, I don't remember. It's been 30 years ago. We were going out to sea. We were coming back in from a deployment. On the bridge, or actually, sorry, let me move that. So when you pull in, they have a little thing down there. It's called Delta Pier. And it's shaped like a triangle where all the submarines tie up. They had the families waiting on the pier. I'm talking wives, daughters, They had a band, they had food. And somebody on the submarine, and I will not mention the moron's name because I still remember it. We were less than a mile away from the pier. When you see this photo, you can see the pier from where you're at. We were less than a mile away. Nautical mile, 2,000 yards. And we were about to pull in. We had tugs up beside us. We had tugs up beside us like this, about to pull in. Somebody on the submarine sent a text message to their significant other standing on the pier. Somehow or another, that text message was intercepted. Guess what happened? We turned around and went back out to sea for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Operational security. The families could see us. The families could see us. We turned around. Back to sea. Charlie, you know exactly right. And I'm going to tell you right now, that person never qualified, never got dolphins, never got them tacked on. We wanted to do some other stuff. We wanted to do some other stuff to this kid, but he never got qualified. He never became part of the community. And it was amazing. Oh, God. I love getting messages from trolls. You want to hear this? I got some message from some troll. Always happy to call your show and take a giant dump on you and your show. I assume you saw last night's Saturday Night Live opening skit. No, I stand up to urinate. I don't watch Saturday Night Live. Do you think we'll accidentally blow up any more girls' elementary schools? And if so, will we continue to lie about it? You were in the Navy, right? So you support us striking or sinking unarmed Iranian naval vessels 2 miles and miles away from Iran? Yes, I do. You must be so proud. I am. He says, I'm sure you'll refuse to comment on any of this since you're incapable of having real dialogue. How should I reply to this one? How should I reply to the troll? This is a good troll comment. This is a good one. This guy's been messaging me for days. Days. I love it. I love all of this. The more I get trolled, the more I love it. Sounds like a weak little turd. Yeah, sounds like he probably had carpal tunnel syndrome. Couldn't join the military. Couldn't join the military. I'm sure his boyfriend stares at the men in uniform at the airport. You know they do. You know that's what's happening. It happens. The messenger is delusional. Call in, troll. Absolutely. Brain rot. I like the brain rot. Let's go here. God Bless America gave away 5 memberships. Thank you. CF Rob, we don't want to know what gays do in their private lives. They want us to know, which is very sick. I don't care what you do with your butthole. Keep it to yourself. Leave the kids alone. Middle medalist, thank you for the super sticker. $50 super sticker. Thank you so much. Let me do this. How dare you? Somebody sent me a message today that I should get rid of the boom shakalaka. They were fed up with it. You know what I sent them back? Boom shakalaka. Let's rock. Classy Curly. Thank you. Really appreciate it. All the money that comes in from super chats and memberships helps me to help some veterans. And man, that drives a lot of people crazy, dude. It really drives a lot of people crazy. We're getting very close to opening our veteran housing facility. Very close.
We continue to follow a developing situation outside Gracie Mansion, the official home of New York City's mayor, who at this time is Zoran Mamdani. The NYPD says it is now investigating a suspicious device found inside a vehicle. This comes after 2 men were arrested yesterday for throwing improvised explosive devices during 2 dueling protests near the mayor's mansion.
These are sleeper cells. This is here. It's just weird to see that they actually, say this stuff out loud. Here's one. I think this guy should get reported. I've already sent this link to someone that can help with that. It's funny, Travis Jurr called in and then was arrested hours after he called in, didn't he? His last phone call was to our show. Travis's last phone call was to our show. You wanna flip me for it?
Iran straight up said, death to America means death to Trump. Not to y'all, not to y'all. So, baby, you just get back in bed. You turn on your shows, your stories, and you relax. We got a target on one person's back. One person's back. The rest of y'all are fine. I'm going to be right here in my bed. All I ask is you make it quick. Just make it quick because they all got to go. He really got to go, but they all got to go. All of them just got to. Okay.
They all got to go. So some gay dude laying in his bed said, they all got to go. Travis, we were the last phone call for Travis. We were his. Here, let's see if Travis will answer the phone if we call him. Let's try calling Travis. Has his phone been disconnected? I kept his number. I kept Travis's number here. Oh, man, it's not working, is it? Old Travis. We'll hang up on Travis there. Gosh, I love what's happening in America right now. I do. They can't control themselves. They cannot control themselves. Is this photo of the day? Trump tells UK Starmer thanks but no thanks on help with Iran war. I think this is photo of the day. Starmer polishing Trump's boots. They don't take calls from prison. I don't know if he's still in prison. Is he still in prison? That's interesting. I don't really care if he is or not, but good. That's the Tucker talking about he flew to DC 3 times, basically trying to talk Trump into not going to dropping warheads on foreheads over in Iran. Jesse Jackson's son calls out all the grifters. You want to see this? Check this out. This is interesting here. He calls out presidents.
Dad believed that funerals were not for the dearly departed. He believed funerals were for the living.
Ooh.
He believed that they were great gathering meetings, and no two lives in human history will have the same number of people attending their funerals, or the same people will be at their funerals, because your friends ain't my friends ain't your friends. We don't know the same people. You don't know the same people that I know. Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the life that he lived to these homegoing services. Right. Come respectful and come to say thank you. But these homegoing services are welcome to all.
I'm glad. I might not agree with Jesse Jackson. I will probably never agree with Jesse Jackson's son about politics or a lot of anything. I don't know his son. I don't know anything about his son, but I'm glad that he called out these people that used Jesse Jackson. They stood on Jesse Jackson's grave and did that. He responded after the funeral. I wish he would have said it before, but he didn't expect that. But they politicized the death of a guy. Does it sound familiar? I think there was a guy named Charlie something. I can't remember Charlie's last name. I think somebody else is politicizing that guy's death. What's that guy's name? Somebody will help me out in the chat on that one, I'm sure. It's a weird one. It's a weird timeline that we're seeing, isn't it? I don't know if any of you are living in, where is this guy running? Wisconsin? We got anybody in Wisconsin? Because this guy right here was a hostage in Iran for 444 days. He was a hostage in Iran, 444 days. And he's running for Congress in the, what district? Running for Congress, Kevin Hermaning. Faster than you, keep crying. Yeah, keep crying. Get some Kleenex. Here's a picture of Kevin Hermaning after he was released, I believe, from captivity. He was a Marine sergeant held captive. Pretty impressive that now he's running for Congress. I'd vote for him if I lived in Wisconsin. I might send him an email if anybody lives in Wisconsin, knows how to get in touch with that guy. Let me know. I'd really like to talk to that guy. I'd like to understand. I'd be afraid to ask some questions because being held hostage for 444 days has got to be pretty bad. He's a Republican. He's a Republican running for Congress. Republican Kevin Hermaning, I think is how you say his name. Hermaning spent 444 days as an Iranian hostage, running for the House in Wisconsin, Republican. New York Times, Hermanings was in solitary confinement for 43 days, held in a 5x10 room, handcuffed and blindfolded. Kept me separated because long period of time where they didn't believe that I was only a Marine security guard. That could be the most underrated statement ever. I worked at an embassy. The Marines that we had there during 9/11 were phenomenal, and they did not mess around. They would butt stroke you in a second. Duty, honor, country. I love that. God willing, he wins. Well, let's try to help him. If anybody has a contact information for that guy, let's try to help him win. I'd love to see him win. Heck of a lot different than that Marine that went and protested and broke his own hand. 1979 hostages release. Yeah. Faster than you. You're ignorant. Why would you talk about yourself like that? It's amazing. Why would you talk about yourself like that? You must be pretty lonely to come into a chat full of conservatives and get trolled. It's pretty funny. Oh, I love it. Here, you want to enjoy something really good? Here we go. Come on. What in the heck is going on there? That's a weird Walmart that allows that to happen. That's a weird one, isn't it? Man, these people are crazy. They're unhinged. They're absolutely off their freaking rockers. Look at this. How many of you like this idea? Donald Trump vows no bills. He will sign no bills until the SAVE Act passes for voter ID. Do you like that idea? Attention shoppers, more on line 3. Yeah. Clean up aisle 6. This is good. Look at this. Look at what old Chucky baby just admitted would happen with voter ID, with the SAVE Act. This is why they don't want it. This is the real reason.
Until the SAVE Act passes. That means the president's asking for total gridlock. The SAVE Act will not pass because it is such a pernicious, nasty piece of legislation. The SAVE Act is Jim Crow 2.0. More than 20 million people would lose their right to vote. And
wait, what? Did he just say 20 million people were not eligible to vote?
the SAVE Act is Jim Crow 2.0. More than 20 million people would lose their right to vote. And you would need to register either a passport or your original birth certificate. How many people have that? How many people have that?
Any gun
It
owner.
would eliminate vote by mail. Tell that to a senior citizen who's confined to their home in a wheelchair that they're going to lose their right to vote. And he would purge the voter rolls using a AI system set up by Musk and Doge.
Good.
So you could show up at the polling place this November and they'd say you're no longer on the rolls. They don't even notify you of it.
Good.
Millions of people would be purged from the rolls because of this system that Musk and Doge put in. You wouldn't be notified. You'd show up at the polling place and they'd say, sorry, Mr. Jones. Sorry, Miss Smith. You're not on the rolls anymore. They don't even notify you.
Their name is not Smith. It's Gonzalez. It is Garcia. It is Menendez. It is Maduro. It is, give me a foreign name. Mohammed. It's not Smith. No one comes to our country illegally named Smith or Brown or Jackson or Morris or Taylor. No, Schumer, you are absolutely crazy.
This is one of the nastiest pieces of legislation that
I
I've
love
ever
it.
seen.
I love it.
It is going back to the old South, where people were prohibited from voting and spreading it to every corner of America.
Oh, racism.
It is Jim
Racist.
Crow 2.0. And when Trump
That's the new catchphrase. Jim Crow 2.0. It's always about racism. Here's a poll for you in the chat. Will Faster Than You call in? We know he won't. We know he will never call in. I love talking to people that are out to lunch. I'm okay with it. Here, you want to see something else that's amazing? The winning continues. The winning continues. U.S. military has just blown up a narco boat in the Eastern Pacific, killing 6 male narco people. Look at this. Donald Trump and Pete. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? We got one. Look at this. And boom shakalaka. The boom shakalakas are amazing. It's like the video for the boom shakalaka. It's Viva la FAFO. The fish are flying high tonight. The eagle's been flying slow and the flag's been flying low. That's about to change. The lyrics to the Charlie Daniels song America are so relevant right now. I wish I could play the song for you. I wish I could play it for you. Let me see. Let me see if Charlie Daniels. He was a fiddle player. Let me see here. Yeah, the eagle's been flying slow. The flag's been flying low. A lot of people are saying that America's fixing to fail. Well, speaking just for me and some people for Tennessee, we got a thing or two to tell you all. This lady may have stumbled, but she ain't never fell. And the Russians don't believe that. I'll say if the Democrats don't believe that, they can all go straight to hell. We're going to put her feet back on the path of righteousness, and then God bless America again. I'm going to open up some phone calls here. 615-475-7864. Yeah, if I play the song, they'll copyright it and nuke me or something. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Just turn down the audio if you are going to call. That's the big one. Let me see here if I can let me see if I can turn this audio down here real quick. Let me see. I gotta fix something here. Something's wrong with my phone call audio for some reason. Let me see if I can fix it. Go here. Wasn't hearing the ringer, which is a problem. Let's see here. Wasn't hearing the ringer. And that's going to bother me if I don't. That could really bother. Rode Duocaster. Here. Wait, where are we at? There. Duocaster main stereo. Because I need to hear the audio from the phone call. Okay. We'll figure that out in a second. Let's see here. I know it's probably something crazy that I'm doing. I know it's probably something crazy. You know what? Let's get rid of that. There. Okay, I think I got that one. Yep. Put that one. Let me see here. We'll figure it out. No big deal. No big deal at all. And I'm sure it's probably something crazy that not doing correctly. Anyway, let's go here. You see. Sunday night always feels, yeah, something's Monday's coming. You're absolutely right about that. Man, I really wanted to do that, and I don't know why I'm not getting the audio. I need an engineer. I need like an actual engineer to help me with this crap is what I need. Because I don't know how to do this. I am such a wackadoodle whenever it comes to this stuff. It's not even funny. Here. Move that. And now let's see if it'll. I don't know. We'll try it though. I don't know. No, it's not. I know y'all can probably hear it ringing, but I can't. There we go. Your son's an engineer. I need one. I could use one like right now, or a sound engineer, and I know that's different. Let me see if I can pull this up over on this other platform that I've got and see if this will work. Just real quick. Okay, let's go. I think that's gonna in just a second. But okay, we'll try this. Window. Let's go here. Perfect. All right, let's try that. It might not work with Brave. I use a Brave browser, and I think that's what it is. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know if this is working, I guess. We'll see if it works. Love to talk to you and see what's going on. Go right there. Line 2. What do you got, line 2? What's up, Larry? Make one. Give me one. Give me one. No life stories. I got a lot of people trying to call. Oh, you know he did. You know he did, Larry. That's too easy. to under? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I could see that. Oh, somebody can't hear you. Burn it. They can't hear the audio there. And I don't know why. Oh, well. Guys, I don't know what's going on. No audio, can't hear the caller. We will, heck if I know. I don't know. Yeah, I hear that. Okay, no problem. We'll see what we can do here real quick. I could hear him, but you couldn't. That's a weird one right there. Let's go here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. We will. Oh well. That's all I got for you. I'm trying to play around with it right now, and we will see what I can do on the audio for the calls. But if you can't hear it, that doesn't do me any good because I don't really want to. Let's see here. Let's go there. Voice calls. Okay, there we go. We'll try it one more time and see. I don't know if Ground Control to Major Tom. Great song. Great song. Lines are open. We'll try this one more time and see if it works. No, I can't. I don't know, man. Don't know what to tell you. Anyway, this is the Ben Dykes Show. I am out of here. I'll catch you in the next one. See you in the morning.